Hello friends, welcome to this video. This is Rohit. Friends, in today's video we are going to talk about PHP arrays. So let's start. So an array in PHP is a type of data structure that allows us to store multiple elements of similar type under single variable. So multiple elements can be stored under single variable, okay, with help of array concept. So this will save the efforts for creating different variables for different elements. Okay, so these arrays are helpful to create a list of elements of similar types which can be accessed through their index or key. So array elements will be accessed through index or key. Okay, so basically index is a number, okay, with which we will access particular array elements. So all array elements are stored with index value. So index value start at 0. So what is necessity of array? Okay, so consider this scenario where you want to store 10 numbers. After storing, we also want to print them. So in such cases, what we need to do? So for storing 10 numbers, we need to declare 10 different variables. Okay, because one variable will be able to store only one value. Right now we want to store only 10 numbers, that's why it is okay. We can create 10 variables. But if I say you want to store 100 numbers, now creating 100 variables is not a feasible solution. So at this moment array comes in picture. Now what array will help you? So array will create a single variable which will be able to hold 100 numbers, and each number within array will be identified by index value. So first number will be available at index 0, second number will be available at index 1, and so on. So array will help us to store every element within a single variable itself and also allow us to access them using index, or you can say using key. That is what the importance of array. Now in PHP you can create array using a function called array. Okay, so in PHP we need to use a function called array for creating array. So there are different types of arrays in PHP. So there are three types of arrays in PHP. First type is index or numeric array. Second type is associative array. And third type is called multi-dimensional array. These are the three types in a PHP. So first type is index or numeric, second type is associative array, and third type is multi-dimensional array. So we will try to see each of them one by one. So first of all, what we have in index array? So in index array we will have a numeric index and value can be directly stored. Okay, we don't have to specify an index value. Why? Because array will itself assume index value from 0. That's why this array is also called as numeric array. Why numeric? Because our index value is numeric here, which starts from 0. Second type of array we have associative array. Now in associative array, it will have a string index value. Instead of numeric index, here we will have string index value, and each value will be assigned with a specific key, which will be a string. So here there will be pair of key value. Okay, there is an association between key and value. That's why this array is called as associative array. In index or numeric array as well there is association, but there the key will be numeric one, and here in associative array the key will be string. That is the difference. Okay, and third type we have multi-dimensional array. So in multi-dimensional array, an array will contain single or multiple array within it. That's why it is called multi-dimensional array. These are the three types of arrays in PHP. Index array or numeric array, where we will have numeric index values which starts from 0. Associative array, where we will have string index values. For every element there will be specific key. We will specify that key as per our choice. And in third type, multi-dimensional array, it will contain array within array. So there will be a main array where within that main array there will be n number of sub arrays you may have. That's why you may say you will have single or multiple arrays within array. Okay, these are the three types of arrays in PHP. Now first type we will try to understand, which is index or numeric array. In this type of array we can store any kind of value, but index is always number. That's why it is called index or numeric array. So by default the index value is start at 0, and these arrays can be created in two different ways. So first way of creating array is like this. You can specify array name here, let's say A, and followed by that assignment operator, array function, and here directly specify the values you want to store. This is the first way. Now friends, here $A is our array name. Array is our built-in PHP function which allows us to create array in PHP. And then we have this list of elements available within array A. Now friends, here the index value start at 0. So this first element 0 will be available at index value 0 itself. Next element will be available at index value 1. Next element will be available at index value 2, like this. Okay. So this is the first way to create array in PHP. Here I will write the array name, and in square bracket I will specify the index value, and I will assign certain value whichever I want to store, let's say 1, like this. So here at 0th index value we will have value 1. Now if I copy and paste this, so at index value 1 I will have element 2. Like this I can also specify an array. Okay, whichever will be convenient for you, you can go with that one. So these are the two ways to initialize array with certain elements in numeric or index array. Now we will try to see an example for index or numeric array. So here first of all I will specify one array name, let's say A, and now I will specify array function and just specify the array elements, let's say 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, my array is created. Now how I will access this array element? Just refer the index value. So suppose I want to print the first element, so here I will write echo in h1, I will write first element is, and I will write $a, that is our array name, and in square bracket refer the index value of element which you want to access. So our first element is available at index value 0. Okay, and here I will use BR tag for breaking the line. Now friends, here this echo statement will print the first element value, that is 1. So if I go to browser, before that I will start my XAMPP server. Now I will go to browser. So here I will type localhost/demo.php. Now you can see we got the output, first element is 1. Now in the same way you can print the rest of elements. I will copy this and I will paste it 4 more times. Okay, only I need to change here the index value. So I will make it 1 2 3 4, and here I will change second element. Here I will make third element. Here I will make fourth element, and last fifth element. Okay, if I go to browser and refresh, you can see I got the output, all array elements we have printed here. This is how we can access these array elements within numeric or index array. One more example I will try to give you. So I will cut this code and I will keep it here. So if necessary we will try to copy. Suppose I will create now array names. So I will write array and I will store certain names within this array. Let's say Rohit, Rahul, Raj. Okay, 3 names we have stored. Now if you want to print this 3 names, we can write statement echo. Here I will write h1 and here I will specify $names and just refer the index value. So this will print my first element. So if I go to browser and refresh, you can see we got first element. Now if I change the index value, we will get the second element. Okay friends, you can also initialize this names array in another way. I will try to show you. So I can write statement like this, names. Here I will refer the index value 0 is equal to the first element Rohit. Okay, now next statement will be names 1 is equal to second value I will store Rahul, and third element which will be available at index 2 Raj. This is alternative way to initialize names array by referring the index value like this. Okay, if we go and refresh, you will get same result. Okay, so both are parallel to each other. Whichever way will be comfortable for you, you can go with that way. Okay, that is how we can use index or numeric array, where we will store array elements directly. Now, how we can traverse these array elements? So for traversing index or numeric array, there are two ways. So first way is using for loop, and second way is using for each loop. These are the two ways for traversing array elements. What do you mean by traversing? Traversing means visiting each and every array elements from first element to last element. That is nothing but traversing. So friends, if we have few elements, like here we have 3 elements, then we can refer them by their index value, no problem. But consider you have thousands of elements, then accessing every elements like this will be a tedious task. Okay, so in that case, this looping statement will help you. Okay, like we do in other programming languages, we use for loop for iterating through array. In the same way, here as well we can use our for loop for iterating through array, or in PHP there is a special looping statement called for each loop. So this looping statement will helpful for iterating through array. Okay, so both ways of traversing array we will try to see. So first of all, we will try to understand how we can iterate through for loop. Okay, so same array we will try to consider, and now here I will create one for loop like this. Then one looping variable we will take, let's say I is equal to 0. Then here condition will be this loop should run less than the total number of array elements. Now how to find total number of array elements? So for that we have a count function. So here I will take variable c is equal to count, and just pass your array name. So this c will store number of array elements. So we will write condition $I should be less than $c. Then I++, and within this for loop, what we will do? We will just print the array elements. And so here I will write $I. Okay, so it will start from index 0 up to last index, it will try to print. Okay, and here one more thing I will do, I will add br tag here. So every element will be displayed on next line. So if I go to browser and refresh, okay, there is dollar missing. You can see we got 3 elements. So this is how you can iterate through for loop. Okay, now we will try to see how to use for each loop. So for each loop automatically detects the end of array, that's why we don't need the count variable. Just write for each. This require the array name which you want to traverse. So here we want to traverse names array, as specify one temporary variable, and within this for each loop I will copy the same statement like this. Okay, so here I will write using for each, so we will be able to understand. Okay, now if I go and if I run this, you can see here instead of names I should print temp. Okay, and if we refresh, you can see using for each we got first element, second element, third element. Like this we can use for each loop. So here only need to pass the array name and one temporary variable. So here in for each loop what happens, the iteration is start from the first element. Okay, and it continue up to the last element. Whenever it will reach to last element, it will stop automatically. Okay, and in every iteration this particular array element is available within this temporary variable. That's why whenever you try to print the temporary variable value, you get the array element value here. So in first iteration, temp was consisting this first name, then in second iteration this name, and in third iteration the last name. Okay, so this temp variable consists an array element in every iteration. So you can access array elements using this temp variable. These are the two ways to traverse the array elements. Okay, when you have large number of array elements, you can use this for loop or for each loop. But if you have few elements available within array, then by referring their index value, you can access them, you can print them. Okay, this is how we can traverse through the index or numeric array. This was the first type. Now we will try to move to the second type. Second type is associative array. Now what are associative arrays? So this type of arrays are similar to index arrays or numeric arrays, but there is one difference, and that difference is that instead of linear storage, every value can be assigned with user defined key, which will be string type. So index array or numeric array, where we learn that there are numeric keys. Now in associative array, the keys are string, and you can create your own custom keys as per your requirement in associative array. So friends, for storing elements within associative array, you need to specify the key value pair. Key will be string and it will associated with particular kind of value. So for example, we will clear this, and now I will create one associative array here. So again I will take same example, $a is equal to array. Now first of all we will specify key value 1 and the associated value, let's say 1. Okay, another key value I will specify here, and associated value will be 2, like this. So you can observe here there is a key value pair, there is a key and there is a associated value, and this key is a string value. How you can refer these array elements? In same way, suppose I want to access first element, I can say that echo h1. Here I will write $a of 1. This will give me the first element of array. If I go to browser and refresh, you can see we got the first element. In the same way, I can access the second element of this array. Here I will use br, and instead of 1 I will use 2 as a key. You can see we got both array elements. This is called associative array. You can feel the difference, you can observe the difference. In numeric array we were able to directly specify the array elements, but here we need to specify the key value, so which defines the association between the key and its value. So there is a key value pair in associative array. Now next, how to traverse the associative array? So friends, for traversing this associative array, we can use for each loop. Okay, so here I will try to show you the example how we can use for each loop. So here I will write for each. I will write here the array name which I want to traverse, that is A, as here I need to specify two temporary variable, one for key and one for value, like this. So in this key temporary variable all our keys will be available, and in value variable the related or the associated values of each key will be available. Okay, and here inside this I can write statement. Simply I will copy this and just I will try to print the value. So here I will write value like this. If I go to browser, you can see we got the output. Okay, here I will write using for each. So if I refresh, you can see we got the output. We will make this comment and I will remove this. So you can see we got the output. Okay, 2 elements as an output. Okay, this is how we can use for each loop. Okay, for iterating through associative array. One more example I will try to create here. So I will comment this array and I will create one new array here. $employee is equal to array. So here I will write employee name and associated salary value. So let's say like this. So I will store the employee and his salary. Okay, so here the key is the employee name and its value is salary. So if we go to browser and if we try to run this, here I need to change the array name as emp. You can see we got the salary values. Friends, you can also print the key value. So if I print here $key, so it will give the both values. You can see the element that is key and associated value. So key value pairs we have printed here in associative array. This is how we can iterate through the associative array. Now we will try to see the third type of array, multi-dimensional array. What multi-dimensional array is? So in this array we can store another array at every index of single element. So in simple word you can say it is about storing array within array. Okay, so there will be one main array, that is outer array, and within which we will try to store n number of sub arrays. Okay, so it is array of arrays, or you can say array within array. So every element within this array is array. Every element within this array will be array itself instead of elements. That's why it is referred as multi-dimensional array. So this can hold other sub arrays as well. So array or sub array in the multi-dimensional array can be accessed through multiple dimensions. So let's see the example how to create multi-dimensional array. So I will clear all these things and here we will try to create one multi-dimensional array. So let's say we will try to store the data of student. So array name is student. Now friends, this is my main array. This is my main array. Now within this array we will try to store sub arrays here. So let's store sub array 1. So I will write array. Now here I will write the roll number, the name and marks. Now friends, this is our first sub array, so specify comma here. Now second sub array I can specify like this, array. Now roll number 2, name is Mayur, let's say marks are 78, comma, third sub array, array, roll number 3, Chetan, and specify mark here, let's say 90. Okay, so we will create 3 sub arrays here. Now see the structure here. This is our main array. Now this main array having this array function which ends here. I will write here. Okay. Now within this main array we have this first sub array 1. In the same way we have sub array 2, and here we have sub array 3. So you can see here array within array. So this main array consists this sub arrays, array 1, array 2, array 3, and each of these sub arrays having their individual elements. You can see first array having these 3 elements, next array also having 3 elements likewise. So these sub arrays will also have their own individual elements. Like this we can create multi-dimensional array within PHP. Now friends, this sub array 1 will have index value 0. This second sub array will have index value 1, and this third sub array will have index value 2. Now if you want to access this first sub array, you need to refer index value 0. If you want to access this second sub array, you need to refer index value 1, likewise so on. So this first sub array will be referred by index value 0. Suppose I want to access this roll number from this first sub array. So what statement I can write? See here, I will write echo, I will use h1 here. Write down your array name, that is student. Okay, write down the index value of sub array 0. Now each element within this sub array will be identified by index value again. So this first element will be available at index value 0, the name will be available at index value 1, the marks will be available at index value 2. So what here I will write, I want to print the roll number, so I will write 0. So student of 00 means 1, this roll number 1. Suppose I want to print the name from first sub array, what statement I can write? See here, I will use br here, I will copy this. Now here I will make it 1. This 0 represent what? First sub array. This 1 represent what? The second element within the first sub array having index value 0. So first index value represent the sub array, and the second index value represent the array elements, sub array elements you can say. In the same way I can print now marks for first sub array. Here I will use 2, like this. If I go to browser and refresh, you can see I got the first record, 1 roll number, Rohit is a name, 45 marks. We got the first record. We have accessed the first sub array like this. Now how we can access second sub array? The thing is very easy. I will copy this, and what I need to change here, only the index value where the second sub array is available at index value 1. So change the index value to 1, which represent our sub array, like this. If I go to browser and refresh, you can see we got the second record. Okay, and here I will make it 2. You can see we got the third record. Like this we can access the array elements within multi-dimensional array. Now how we can iterate through this multi-dimensional array? So see the example here. I will write here echo and br tag using for loop. Okay, so here we will need two for loops, one for controlling the sub array index value and one for controlling the individual array elements. So I will create here for, let's say $I is equal to 0, I less than 3 and $I plus plus. Friends, this is our outer for loop. Okay, so I will copy this for loop and here inside this I will paste it. Now here we will change this variable to j, so this will use for accessing our sub array elements. Okay, so here I will just use echo statement. So I will write echo br, our array name, that is student, and I will write here I j, like this. Here as well I will add br tag. Okay, so if you go to browser and refresh, you can see using for loop we got the first element, we got the second element, and we got the third element. Okay, like this using for loop we can access the array elements. Now next thing we will try to understand how to view the array structures and values. Friends, there are certain built-in functions available which help us to view the array structures and value. So in this list, first function we have var underscore dump function, and second function we have print underscore r. So these are two useful functions which will help us to view the structure as well as values. Okay, so first of all I will try to show you how to use this print r function, and then we will try to use var dump function. So first of all here we will try to print the array elements using print r function. So here I will copy this statement and I will say here using print r function. Okay, and now here I will just use print r and pass our array name student. That's it. If you go to browser and refresh, you can see at the end using print r, this is array structure. You can see the first sub array is available at index value 0 and its element. So first roll number is available at 0, first name is available at 1, marks are available at 2. Next sub array we have 1, next sub array we have 2, like this. So you can also see the array structure here and how values are stored within array. So this function, that is printer, will help you to print the array structure with their values. Okay, so next function we have var dump. So here I will make the change using like this, and here instead of printer I will write var dump. So just pass an array name. So friends, this var dump function gives you more details which is not present within the printer function. like total number of elements, then the length of string, etc. Okay, if we go to browser and refresh, you can see using var dump. So this array of 3 represent that we have 3 elements within array. You can see we have 3 elements within this array. Then you can see here the length of string. Suppose this name is having 5 characters, so you can see. Okay, like this you can get more details regarding array using these 2 functions. Printer is the first function, the var dump is a second function. Okay, next important function we will try to understand, the implode and explode array function. These are 2 important functions. Now what this implode and explode functions do? So friends, implode function returns a string from the array elements. So imploding and exploding are the couple of important functions available within PHP that can be applied on strings or that can be applied on array. So first of all we will try to see how to use implode function. So let's see the example for implode function. So I will remove all these things and I will create one simple array here to demonstrate implode function. Let's say $a, and here array elements, let's say www, this is the first element, Google is the second element, and com is the third element. Okay, now we want to join all these array elements as a string. So we want a string www.google.com. So how to use? So let's see here, echo. Okay, then I will write implode. You can see it requires 2 arguments. The glue means what? The character by which you want to join all these array elements with each other. So suppose I will specify dot as a glue here, and where your array elements are available. So array elements are available within a array. So if we go to browser and refresh, you can see we got the string www.google.com. So dot is a glue, we can say, with which all these array elements are connected with each other. So for example, if I specify dash like this, and if you go to browser and refresh, you can see like this we have connected the array elements. One more example. Okay, and I will specify certain characters here. Let's say okay, now we want this string. I will write echo. Here I will use br tag. Then here I will use implode function. Now here I will not specify any glue character, I will directly specify array name B. So see the output, you get all the characters connected to each other one by one. So if you don't specify this glue character, they will get connected with each other directly. This is how you can convert array elements to string. Now next function we have explode function. Now this explode function does exactly opposite to implode function. So this breaks our string into array. Suppose I will copy this string here. See here. Okay. Now we will use explode function for storing these all words available within this string into array. So here I will write an array name, let's say a explode. So here you need to specify the delimiter value, so we will specify space, and your string. So here I will write str. Now if I print the array elements, let's say $a. Okay, so if you go to browser and refresh, I will use h1 here, so we will be able to see you can see the string is divided into array elements like this. So you can turn any string into array elements using explode function. This is how we can convert an string into array. So these are certain important concepts from array we have discussed with their examples. Okay friends, if you find this video useful, please like and share this video. I will see you in next video. Thank you for watching.